Wow. Okay. So I don't even know if we got any of our people on, but here we are. It is I don't know what is it, the 12th. It is 11:41. We are late as hell. Everything died that could die this morning. 7 o'clock this morning. The computer systems. Well, not the actually. We lost power. The Georgia power. I guess thunderstorms here took our power out, and the cable went down, and the computers. Now we have our computers on a backup system, but it only lasts 15 minutes. Everything was out today, and we're just now. It took all this amount of time to get everything back up. So we don't have a this show planned out or anything today. It is just all catch as catch can. We come on in the morning just because we promise you guys will be here every day, but it is everything was bad this morning. Anyway, we don't really have a our show lined up. We're gonna just take it as it comes, but we won't be on here long. But make sure everybody gets their morning dose. Yeah, Frank. Frank says the lagging dragon. Yeah, Frank. That is true. So we'll be back in a minute and 7 seconds with crippled as we are. Uh, and here we'll go. We'll be right up in just a second.
Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name was Black Dragon. Started the Navy and hit the sea, revving Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for the best from the mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the mighty Black Sabbath. MC, where he paid his dues and he earned his stripes. From prospect all the way up to national peace. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters, there have been many, but there's only one larger than life. Like Michael with the cowboy hat, the nose kung fu and says kick can. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol.
Well, alrighty then. Alrighty then. Hey, it's your boy Black Dragon. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker News you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be on our janky ass systems that ain't even hardly working this morning. But please allow me to introduce our co-hosts and guests and everything. First of all, we have Woo, 1%er.
Good morning.
Welcome,
Good
Woo.
morning,
Good to have you
everybody.
here.
Good morning. Thank you.
And also we have Lady Tia, Redbone Bunch. What's up,
Good
Tia?
morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday.
Happy
Happy
Thursday.
Thursday, everybody. You better get into it.
Oh my God, I have no sound. I can barely even hear you guys. I'm just pressing the
Well,
buttons that I know to press. Like
we hear you.
I
You
don't hear
sound
this,
perfect.
but I feel like the music should be coming down now. This is sad. This is sad, bro.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so
Oh,
proud of you.
Aw.
Handling stress under
Aw.
pressure. I like to see that calmness through pressure.
Aw.
yeah, yeah. We
She
only got
said,
39 people watching. This is so sad.
That's
but
okay. That's
you grateful for
okay.
those 39. Thank you
I
for
am.
watching.
I am
Yeah.
grateful. I am grateful for the
Yeah.
39.
Absolutely.
This ain't even doing no good. My host soundboard's out, everything's out, and unfortunately, it didn't come up with the computer. So that means I have to reboot the computer to get the soundboard in, and that's 30 minutes. It takes this computer 30 minutes to engage everything. You and I were talking on the phone this morning. We talked to Lavish. Lavish's whole system went out too up in Chicago. So he's at the Apple store right now. I'm not sure if he'll be on or not. He's going to try to come on. I know I sent him the link from his secondary phone, and hopefully, I'm probably send him the link again, make sure he got it. But yeah, it's been one hell of a morning. Uh, I actually, since I have a new co-host, I've actually been trying to be on time, and I was up 2 hours before the show. Mike Ball tells me I get up 2 hours before my show and get everything ready. So I was like, oh, you know what, Mike Ball, that sounds like a good idea. I was up 2 hours before my show, and then the power just said, woo. And
but the question, Dragon, is do you get up 2 hours early and start working, getting things ready for your show, or do you do other things
no,
at
this was the
2 hours
first
early?
time that I was up 2 hours early.
This
Not
morning.
like, yeah, I was
Okay.
ready. And this is all for you, Woo. This is all for
Thank you.
you.
You're getting better. I mean, today's not your fault. It really, really isn't your fault. Power outage. It isn't. You have no control over that. But you have been getting better. So I applaud you for that. You
Well,
have been getting better.
I have a new co-host, and I want to put a good foot forward. It's like people like they're all, oh my God, it's Black Dragon. I'm on his show. Oh my God. And then a week later, this mofo ain't even never on time. What the hell?
What the
So you you want to keep your foot good while you're on the good foot, man. You don't want nobody to know you're raggedy till later.
You're
Like
gonna
when
get
it's too
better.
late for him to leave.
You working on it. You're work in progress. You working on it. You working on it.
Yeah, I was managed to keep this woman all this time. She almost left a few times, huh, baby girl? Oh, I see.
Where's that cricket sound?
Exactly. Exactly.
Tia,
Exactly.
Tia said no comment. I'm gonna leave that alone. No comment. Oh man.
Well, this is so crazy listening to you guys through my computer speaker. I can barely hear y'all. So, okay, so we don't have much this morning. Let me see. This story here. Okay, so here's a story that we have from yesterday. Like we have no stories. This is sad. Here's a story we have from yesterday. Um, and I'll just turn the music off. It's not necessary. So here we go. Remember we told you about the Hells Angels surrounding what was it? Then Banditos Clubhouse. 3 jailed after rival biker gang feud in Manchester. We're over in England now. Uncovers 3D printed guns, firearms, and drugs. So we laughed about this so hard yesterday, Woo, because we were trying to imagine what the 3D gun looked like. Well, I
Yeah.
actually found a video of it. So here's a bunch of crazy stuff. Now, if you guys will remember, it was a traffic accident that caused the police over there in Manchester to bring like all the ABCs, their version of our ABCs, the FBI's and CIA's and DEI's and DED's, they brought the whole alphabet soup out, and they found a 22 pistol, and they found a 22 pistol, and oh my God, when you see the 22, look, man, get your shit together, world. Do not have a gun with damn masking tape for the handle. Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah, but real guns. Yes, of course.
It's a real
But
gun,
real
but
guns. Not
yeah,
paper ones.
yeah, they got a real gun, but come on, man. When the handle goes bad on your gun, please put a new handle on your damn gun, man.
You've been doing a lot of shooting.
Yeah, we're very late today, Moto Gato, because everything broke this morning. And I didn't want to just not do a show, but
The power
the
outage
power
due to the
outage,
weather.
the power went out, and the cable went out, and at the same time in Chicago, Lavish's stuff went out. He's not on yet, so Block
you mean
says, don't knock those
Detroit?
3D guns. They'll just as easy take you out. They're just as easy out you in the good ground. They'll just as easy put you in the ground like a good looking gun. So yeah, a gun is a gun. If you point a gun at me, I'm not going to be like, bro, you know that you got tape on your handle, right? No, I'm not going to be like that. But in my mind, I might be thinking, how did I get taken by this? How did this guy rob me with his lousy ass, can't even do his gun right? I might be thinking that instead. But anyway, we got these guys over here. Here's something that blows me away. Okay, so if you look at all these Hells Angels right here, these ones are all on Harleys because those all look like, even this could be a Harley right here. That could be a Harley. That's some kind of old ass ugly Harley. That's a
Jesus.
another. Look at this. Looks like a 1927 damn. What is this?
I can't see it, but it may be vintage Harley.
Uh, well, it damn
I'm a,
sure is old.
yeah, well, but is it in good condition?
Yeah. Well, it's rolling down the road. So hey, as long as you're on two, you're on
But
two.
it might be vintage. It might be
But
a vintage
what?
Harley.
Oh, you can't see the video. So
No, I'm on my iPhone, so it's really
what
small.
cracks me up about this video is I am not used to seeing uh all these, like, here you go. Okay, so as these guys are pulling in, so I was looking at the bikes and not reading this. What does this say? Okay, so it says a feud between the Hells Angels and rivals Manchester Banditos has led to 3 men being jailed. So as I'm looking at all these bikes roll in, I am blown away to see. Okay, so they got arrested for drugs and firearms offenses with the leader of one of the gangs, we say clubs, coordinating the production of a 3D printed gun. So as they move in, this is what blows me away to see these guys on these non-standard. That looks like an M109 right there that just pulled in. This Hells Angels dude is on an actual real life crotch rocket for real, bro. These
Yeah,
guys are serious about this shit. I ain't never seen nothing like that. This is Europe.
that
That guy's on an
yeah.
M109. This guy's Harley is about 100 years old. But hey, don't get the motorcycle messed up. They still got their Hell's Angels patches on. I still bet they'll bust your ass. Anyway, this act of feuding between rival clubs sparked a police probe uncovering a network of crime across the country. Bro, do not call that one little 22 no damn network of crime. This is ridiculous. So they got these guys coming out of a building here. This is where they allegedly surrounded the Bandito clubhouse. There's a good 35, 40 of them there. It led to the arrest of Steve Mason, 36, of HMP Oakwood, who held the position of sergeant at arms of the Banditos. Well, that's interesting. If the Hells Angels surrounded the Banditos clubhouse, how did the Banditos guys get arrested? That's interesting. But it happens. Leslie Lamb got arrested. Dale Austin, Steve Mason. The sergeant at arms, they say, is responsible for gifting and access to weapons. They got this like a Navy submarine where the sergeant at arms hands out the weapons. This was initially was arrested by West Mercia police in September of 2021. The sergeant at arms guy. We learned that yesterday as well, and now it's showing them leaving, and they got this dramatic music. Oh, let me get the music. They got this dramatic. It looks to me like a bunch of guys just pulled up to the clubhouse like they don't have no video of them doing nothing. They just pulled up and then left. And you know, 1%ers do that. They'll all pull up at 100 of them motherfuckers around your clubhouse and then drive away, and you'll be like, whew, I'm sure glad they're gone. Soundproof 1%er. Remember, for 12 months, I have been subscribed for a year now. Thank you, man, for subscribing to my channel for 1 year, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So
Give me
Now,
your
you know, I
keyboard.
can't hear any of those buttons I just pressed. I can't hear any of those buttons. I just have to believe that they're playing.
they were
Thank
loud
you.
and they're playing.
Thank you so much, man. Somebody said I like the Victory Magnum. Is there a Victory Magnum in there? How did I miss the Victory? I should be shot up for that.
But
Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, so I can remember like one time I put on a what chapter was that? Our Wichita, Kansas chapter. Tia, I think you were there for that. The Wichita, Kansas chapter. We had our annual, and who was it? Hell's Lovers pulled up, like, or was it Hell's Lovers or Sin City? I can't remember. I think it was Hell's Lovers. They pull up about 50 motorcycles deep, and they pull up to the front. Everybody's sitting on their motorcycles, just like these guys. And you're like, what the hell? And nobody invite their ass. What the hell? Oh, here we go. What the hell, yo? I hope they don't think they get in this mofo without paying. somebody's like, yeah, well, they'll buy drinks at least. So you've already capitulated, you little. And so we're looking at and then they sit out in front of your clubhouse. Woo! Why do y'all do this? They sit out in front of your clubhouse looking all mean and shit, and then at some magical moment, a movement is made, and they all face forward and ride off, and you'd be like, "Woo! Shoot! I would have messed them up, bro. I'd have messed one of them, bro. They scum."
They made a statement.
Yeah.
They said, "We here. We here." That's what that was.
That's
they
what
made
this
a statement.
looks like. This looks like that. This looks like.
But that's what it is. We want to let you know that we're here.
Did this to each other. I thought
we're here.
I thought if they had done this to each other, y'all would come out swinging. I was looking for some banditos to come running out. Come on, mofo, let's get it. I didn't think they'd be sitting in there like us. Woo! I sure am glad those guys left. I don't know what went on inside the clubhouse, but that's all this looked like. This looked like one of them short street rolls. Then they rolled up, they got off their bikes. It looked like they were slapping each other thighs and having a good time. A lot of these other guys for the rest, nothing's happened. Oh yeah, that's right. Somebody backed into somebody's clubhouse. If I remember the story right, somebody backed a car, maybe as a show of another show. Maybe the other guys went over and backed into the Hells Angels dude's clubhouse. Maybe that's what happened. But anyway, nothing happened here. Like to get all this problem as they go forward. Now they're just looking like they're pulling off, man.
Dragon, you keep
they pulled up. Now that right there, I'm not sure what kind of motorcycle that is.
Dragon,
is that a Victory?
Dragon.
What is that? Huh?
You keep hitting the big booty Latina voice. Stop hitting the big booty Latina voice.
I haven't hit the big booty Latina voice not one time. You don't see my hands going to the.
I can't see your hands, but it keeps saying big booty Latina, big booty Latina.
Dragon,
oh my God.
Hit that button. Let me see if it works.
Do you hear it? I just hit it.
No, now we don't hear anything. No, there's nothing.
So it's coming on its own.
Wow, that's a spring. It's like a Bugs Bunny cartoon. No.
I hit this button and it works. I hit the big booty Latina button and nothing happens.
Now it doesn't work. No.
Wow.
No, it doesn't work now.
Maybe you need too many times.
Maybe you need to donate some money. Yeah,
oh,
that
look
works.
at it. It says we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook's end. How the hell, man?
Everybody's having trouble streaming this morning.
Look at this right here. I'm going to show you guys this right here. It says, can y'all see that? Where it says we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. Do you see that big orange box there? Orange or do y'all see that? Can y'all see that?
I can't see it, but I don't know.
Oh, that's right. Well, anyway.
I'm on an iPhone.
So now Facebook is saying it's having a hard time streaming. That might be where the big booty Latina stuff is coming from.
From Facebook?
I don't know what's going on. It says it can't stream on Facebook. We're having an issue. So it wants me to remove. I'm going to just remove that stream because that's on a back channel that we don't really use. Yeah, okay, you can remove that. Everything else should be the same. Wow. What this morning is hell. Hell this morning. Anyway, Mike Ball might know what's going on. He always knows. Anyway, now they're just pulling off from the place. Now here's the 3D printed gun. Boy, this is so sad. Confiscated from an address associated with this Sergeant at Arms guy. in Manchester and Exmouth is this 3D printed firearm. This looks way better than the one we showed a picture of. And that might be, this one is actually, this looks like it'll kill you. this, this, one, this one looks real as hell. Uh, it's a little funky looking. Oh my goodness.
It hits the same. It hits the same though. It doesn't
It,
matter.
Right.
It'll
it,
hit the same.
yeah, it's looking crazy as hell, bro. Wow. Yeah, that I know we picked on it yesterday, but this I wouldn't mind having this gun.
Yeah. They
You could almost get this gun through security, but it's got about 4 real live screws in it. You could almost get this through TSA. Well, you could probably get it through TSA anyway. It's not like they'd be doing their jobs real good. I didn't say that. Anyway, uh, this is a real live. Now, this is the sad ass boy. Woo! I wish you could see this.
I see some white tape.
This is the
Yeah.
sad ass 38 special.
But
This looks like a 38
they
to
don't have
me.
access to guns in the UK like we do here in the States. Right? So they got to use whatever's handed down, whatever's passed down from generation
And
to
that's
generation.
that.
They
That looks like exactly what this thing was handed
Yeah,
down from 60
for
years ago.
generations, for 60 years ago, they don't have guns. So they rely on slingshots, handheld rocks. They throw rocks at you. But that looks like it was, yeah, somebody's great grandfather's gun. That's a museum relic. I can see it here.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. That maybe that's what happened. Um. Oh my goodness. So all of Facebook is down. It looks like all of our Facebook channels went down.
Yeah, we
Uh,
experiencing terrible weather. Well, it's not so bad, but it's causing a lot of issues.
yeah, our Facebook. It looks like our Facebook is completely down here. Woo went out.
No,
Boy,
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
this is bad today. So Charlie says it still shoots.
Still shoots. Yeah, it
Charles
Thanks.
shoots.
Johnson said it still shoots, Black Dragon. Let me point it at your ass. Let's see. Uh, my bad. The lovely Miss Redbone didn't mean to leave you out. Yeah, Rolo, don't leave her out when you say good morning. What's up, Moji? Looks like a zip gun.
Mhm.
Manually rotating cylinders. Okay, I guess, but it's no semi-auto. Do you think these are manually rotating like you got to rotate the cylinder every time you shoot it? Yeah, because it doesn't necessarily seem like it has a mechanism since there's no hammer to pull back. I think you're right, Moji. Look at Moji, our gun expert. I think you're right. There's no cycle. Yeah, there is no chamber thing on there. So if you there's no hammer, you pull the hammer back, it automatically rotates the cylinder, and that doesn't happen. There's got to be a hammer on it though. There's got to be some kind of hammer. Uh, Something is striking the pin. Maybe when you pull the trigger, something happens. But you're right. I don't see where it would rotate either. Okay, so Charles Johnson says I got y'all all on Facebook. Well, Facebook was saying it was having problems. So anyway, this is I mean, this garbage here. This is so sad. But look at the various brass knuckles they have. I've never seen a deck of card brass knuckles. That is that is cool. You got a deck of cards with 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 some dice on the bottom. These are brass knuckles. These look this like a little brass knife, like it would cut you. Oh my God! Down here on the bottom, they got a crossbow. They took a crossbow from these people. Oh my God, man, this is sad. This is sad. Yeah, they took a crossbow. It looks like we lost our boy Wu again. Well, everybody's having trouble staying connected today. I don't even know what's going on at all. Um, but anyway, these are the guns they got. This is a criminal network. This is sad. And they got some kind of baton, several pair of brass knuckles. They got a really cool Walking Dead crossbow. Okay. Well, if that's what their criminals have, not that they couldn't kill you with any of this stuff. It's all lethal. But yeah, it's pretty sad. Oh wow, we lost Tia too, boy. Every man, this is not a good day on the. This is not a good day for connectivity. I tell you what. Oh man, Tia's gone again. Not a good day for connectivity. So that was that one story that I had for you guys this morning, and then did I have any more stories? All of this all went dead this morning at 7 when everything died on me. So I ask that you guys forgive me. And I was gonna try to have a little bit of show with Wu and those guys on, and Wu and Tia are now off. It looks like everybody's having a hard time staying connected. Why? What's going on with you? Why do you keep getting disconnected?
I keep getting calls.
Ah, yeah. You need to tell everybody don't call me after 10. You know, cyber attack is happening from the Middle East. Moto Gato, man. I don't know, bro. It could be. Crossbow is a silent killer, says Harvey Lee. Uh, you're right. You're right. If somebody knows how to use that and all you got to do is just pull that one back and aim it and shoot it. It even had a periscope thing on it. What are those things called? A scope. It had a scope on it. So yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I had any more news for you. Oh yes, I wanted to tell you guys about this one. Um, this was an interesting one here. This is a very, very interesting one because if you don't know what they're going to do to you in court, this right here will give you a good idea. And I'm going to bring this story up right here. Um, Prosecutors seek outlaw biker gang expert for the upcoming Pagans trial. Now, you have to be so careful, man, because um, this is what they do to you guys in these trial. Well, Papa Ping was laughing at me. Periscope, crossbows, a new weapon system on a fast attack sub. I did say Periscope, didn't I? This miss says Wi-Fi's been going out in Texas. Maybe we are under some kind of attack, man. Pro-Iranian hackers claim cyber attack on a major U.S. medical facility. Wow. Yeah. Why don't you try to interview George Christie? Why don't you try to send me his number, and I will absolutely call him. I don't really know how to get in touch with him. Let me see if Lavish is available. Let's see. I talked to him. Let me see if his stuff. Everything is going bad here, man. Today I just called Wu. Wu's phone is down, uh, so he might be out for good. I can't get a hold of anybody. Lavish is not here. Tia keeps going out. Ha! Wow. Tough day. Lavish is not answering. Where's the preacher right now when I need him? All right. So here we go. Um, oh, here's Wu right here. What's going on, man? Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm still on. Come on. Come back. All right. So prosecutors seek outlaw biker gang expert for upcoming Pagans trial. This meant this right here. So let me tell you what happens when you are okay. For those of you who haven't had to deal with this yet because you haven't been caught, uh, when you uh, are facing trial, okay, so you're in one of these outlaw motorcycle clubs and you guys have done something, and so for some reason they're getting ready to take your ass to trial. One of the things they want to do is they just want to destroy your credibility as a human being, as a person. And one of the things they do is they want to make you look like the worst kind of gang you could uh, really be in. And this is how come real truth. Who This is how come we know you're not from the biker club world. Uh, because if you're from the biker club world, you say Black Dragon, you're from biker culture, and you don't know anybody from the '81. It's not going to be somebody from '81 that connects me to George Christie because he's not good there anymore. So yeah, I know plenty of people from '81. I can call '81 up all day long, but I'm not going to be able to call '81 up to get to George Christie. He's out bad with them. So yeah, okay. So that's how that goes. So know a little bit about the culture, just a little bit about the culture before you attack Black Dragon. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, people just hate me. I don't know why. So what happens is if you are good to have you back, Woo. What happens is if you when you go to court, all right, and you go to court and you they want to make you look as bad as they possibly can. So one of the things that they will do is they will bring on one of these experts. Now, in order to bring on an expert, they have to get it approved by the court. And so even as an expert for the defense, I do this kind of work for defense. They'll bring on a cop expert. It's always going to be a cop expert. And then the defense might be able to get me on. But in order to get on, you have to be qualified. They don't just let anybody come and talk about, oh, this is a motorcycle gang. So in order for the prosecution to get a defense or prosecution expert witness, they have to qualify him before the court. And the qualification is always going to be either a guy who broke into the clubs like he was some kind of an undercover, and or it's going to be a cop that specializes so-called specializes in gangs and particularly in motorcycle gangs. Will be a cop that specializes in gangs, and they'll come on and they'll give their opinion, and people will take their opinion like it's gospel, and their opinion a lot of times is really rooted in a lot of rah-rah stuff that you guys see on TV that's not actually true, that really happens in motorcycle clubs. So, and so if you got a good attorney, they're going to fight real hard not to let that expert on. Now, or they may come back with a solid motorcycle gang expert of their own, a guy like me that's been doing this forever, um, and they could use me. But even I have to go qualify. I've got to go qualify on on the state. Got to say, well, Black Dragon, what makes you think? And you got to qualify before this judge. So that's what's happening here. The prosecutors are trying to get an outlaw biker gang expert for this upcoming Pagans trial, and this is all has to do with the Wawa. So these are all the guys. This is my first time seeing this in a while. So these are all the guys that were arrested for the Wawa shooting. All these guys are Pagans, and there's even a black one there. So there you guys go. All of this stuff, but there's no black people. A lot of these 1% clubs are starting to take us, and it's a good thing. We're good people. Expert in motorcycle club and biker culture. So if you can be an expert in motorcycle gang activity, but it's hard for me to see how you're an expert in biker culture and you don't hold a patch. But that is definitely what they will sell, and a judge will let that person come on and start uh, prejudicing prejudicing the jury against you, uh, and that's how it works. So this guy is supposed to be an expert in the motorcycle club and biker culture, and he may have an opportunity to take the stand in the shooting case involving members of the Pagans Motorcycle Club. Prosecutors in Montgomery County want a federal expert to testify about the culture. A federal expert to testify about motorcycle club culture and structure of outlaw motorcycle gangs when 9 alleged members of the Pagans Motorcycle Club stand trial in connection with a shooting outside that Wawa in West Norrington last year. Now, The unusual request, I don't know how unusual this request is because I've seen it a whole bunch of times. They had these guys there in the trial against the Mongols and so forth and so on. So the unusual request surfaced during the pretrial hearings this week ahead of the defendant's scheduled May 18th trial, according to the Mercury newspaper. According to court filings, prosecutors want a guy by the name of Jeremy Sheets, who is an intelligence operations specialist with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, to explain the subculture hierarchy and values associated with outlaw biker organizations. And how does a person do that has never spent any time inside a motorcycle club? All that you could really possibly know is the shit you've read on the internet. Prosecutors argued that jurors might not be familiar with how such groups operate and said expert testimony could help them understand the alleged motivations behind the confrontation that led to the violence in the parking lot. So they're going to say stuff like, oh, you get promoted in the gang for beating somebody else out in public. These are kinds of things I've seen before, and these motorcycle clubs would tell you in a heartbeat that is a whole bunch of bullshit. The case centers on 9:12 p.m. October 17th altercation outside the Wawa on West Main Street in West Norrington, where authorities allege members of the Pagans confronted members of the rival unknown bikers unknown bikers motorcycle club. They encountered the encounter escalated into a shooting that left 6 people wounded, including 2 bystanders. Prosecutors claim the Pagans surrounded the rival unknown bikers in an attempt to take their colors, which that triggered a confrontation. So, according to the report, the defense attorneys representing several of the 9 defendants are pushing back on the proposed expert testimony. So that's what your lawyer has to do, push back on this proposed expert testimony, saying, of course, uh, like, how can this guy, what makes this guy an expert? Lawyers argue that bringing in this so called gang expert risks, and this is what they want to do, it risks encouraging jurors to judge the defendants based on their alleged affiliation with a motorcycle club rather than their individual actions, according to the article. So that's why they want to bring a biker gang expert in to tell everybody that they should judge you by the company you're keeping rather than what you may or may not have done uh, at the Wawa. Like we have seen that these guys have been trying to get some of these charges dropped because a lot of this is trying to attach them based on their their contact with the club rather than based on what they may have done or may not have done wrong. Like a lot of those guys are saying, you don't have any evidence that I personally participated in any violence. Hey, what's up, Indianapolis Snaptown Riders? What's up, Gunslingers MC? What's up? Uh, and so that's what's going on with that. Attorneys for defendants Eric Dixon and Manuel Machette over the last 2 days have also, like I just said here, have also argued that their clients were merely present at the scene. They were just there. They were not directly involved in any violence at all. So why would they get painted with the brush of we beat somebody up when they didn't touch anybody?
Yeah.
Is maintain that membership and association within the biker subculture is central to their theory of conspiracy. So these guys might not, they might have to drop the charges that they were involved in the violence. So they might have to wind up dropping, or the judge may drop, or the jury may find them guilty of beating somebody up. They didn't actually touch anybody, they were just there at the gas station. But the prosecutors want to bring in this gang expert dude to tie them all in together because this membership and association within biker subculture is central to their theory of conspiracy. That just by being a member and involved in the so-called biker gang, you are now part of some subculture conspiracy that requires you to be a conspirator, and that's what they want to bring that guy in to say, arguing that the group's collective actions demonstrate a shared intent by them all. Like you can't be standing next to a guy in your club who decides for some dumbass reason that he wants to be he wants to show off to the club, so he turns around and busts another guy in the mouth. All of a sudden we're all guilty because idiot here wanted to put on a Superman cape in his colors and show us all
Right.
the stuff he was. Now all of a sudden it's groupthink. Really kind of interesting because, and this is why I tell you guys, be damn careful who you prospect into your clubs because you can see how they're thinking, and even more than how they're thinking, you can see how they put this stuff together to come after you. This is it. Get a biker gang expert who is an operator. They're like, how what kind of expert are you, bro? You may have prosecuted some cases, but you're an expert. You can speak about motorcycle club culture and the social construct. That'd be like me talking about the Masons. I ain't no damn Mason. Uh, but I damn sure got some Mason books. I can show you some Mason books I got that seem to. You would think after you read that, Masons tell me you can read them books all day long, Black Dragon. You won't know shit. I believe them. I believe them. Uh, you might know the phrases. Well, bro, the stars of Mars are far from ours. I stand squarely upon the eyes of the Thelonious, and I see with all seeing eyes as I stand on the platform here for all to burn the glory within me. And bros will be looking at you like, what the hell is he talking about? Well, I read it in this book, man. I read it.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
And the Mason dudes would be like, get back. Don't do that. So prosecutors maintain that their membership and association with the biker subculture is central to the theory of the conspiracy, arguing that the group's collective actions demonstrate a shared intent. Judge Risa Ferti Verman has taken the issue under advisement and is expected to rule before the trial begins, according to the report. So when they bring their experts, okay, when they bring their experts, you need to bring yours. And that would be your boy Black Dragon. That I'm just saying that.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
You need a prayer. You need a prayer. You need a Hail Mary. Yes. You need a Hail Mary. You need a Hail Mary. Bring your Black Dragon in. Yes, I will help you. I'm just saying, you need to bring your expert into. You need a call to prayer. Yeah, that's right. You need to holler at your boy Black Dragon so I can come and help you. That's all I'm saying.
I'm glad you enjoy yourself. Some people sit on the edge of the bed in the morning contemplating if they should cuss their supervisor out today. and you get to come to a job where you're talented effortlessly. You know all those buttons and wires and that's so cool.
No, you don't have to. Expertise does not always require participation. No, but it does require access, Motogato. It requires access. You can't be an expert on secret organizations that you have no way of cracking. in my opinion, law enforcement experts aggregate data from thousands of sources, whereas a member only has the perspective of their specific club, chapter, and era. Yeah, that's cute, but a person that has been in biker clubs and chapters all across the United States and advises motorcycle clubs all around the world has that aggregation of data as well, and who writes books and chapters and studies and is within the culture probably has as much, if not 10 times more expertise than a local operator that just got out of college and is aggregating data. Wouldn't you say? Hey, BD and Tia, now I understand why I receive 2 notifications a day for the same show. You are on a live window as well. Just commented there instead of here. Uh, Interesting.
Good morning.
Uh,
Well,
yeah,
after
the other one sucks on my phone. Oh, this is Lavish. What's up, Lavish? Yeah, I'm still live. Come on. Okay, we got Lavish coming. Also, all 9 of the defendants face identical charges connected to the incident, and 8 remain jailed on a $500,000 cash bail. The joint trial is currently expected to last about 4 weeks, and all these guys are the ones that got arrested. These poor guys up here. So just know that. So the bigger thing to know here is to stay your ass out of this situation. If you This is how they're coming after you, and you got guys like Motogato here that believe, like Motogato makes a point. They believe this, and this is what they're going to try to tell the judge. Expertise does not always require participation. In many fields, the most highly regarded experts are those who study a subject from outside to maintain objectivity. You can't, maybe so. So if you were getting a professor of motorcycle clubs, a PhD professor of motorcycle clubs that wasn't in a motorcycle club or wasn't in law enforcement, maybe they would have objectivity, Motogato. But this guy is in law enforcement, so you can't bring a law enforcement guy into a trial and claim he's got objectivity. The only thing he's going to be objective about is how to objectively put your ass in jail with his testimony, not how to be fair to either side with unbiased testimony, because he doesn't have a dog in the hunt. So, uh, so I kind of get you, but don't 100% agree. Law enforcement experts aggregate data from thousands of sources, but you do know with statistics, you're not necessarily aggregating data. People use statistics to tell the story they want to tell, and that happens all the time. So uh, uh, maybe AI can be fair, but I don't know that humans can be. In the U.S. court system, the Federal Rule of Evidence 702 defines an expert by knowledge, skill, experience, training, or education. Uh, Look, you can tell Motogato, bro. Uh, well, you good, my bro. By knowledge, skill, experience, training, or education, and you still would need to have access to have any of that. Black Dragon and Tia, how y'all doing? OKC in the house, good to see you. Papa Penguin, the courts decide who is recognized as a subject matter expert. As far as I know, BD is the only one here who has ever been recognized in court as an expert. No, Motogato is a I think retired police officer, so he's probably been an expert before, and that's why he's speaking very knowledgeably on the subject, because he's probably been an expert in trials a hell of a lot more times than I have been. Many law enforcement subject matter experts have actually lived the life. Undercover officers spend years prosecuting and patching in, living under deep cover. Yeah, but none of them have patched in and made it to a level of a national president, Motogato. They don't even make it to high levels within the club. Once they get found out, most of them were prospects or something like that. They're not making it to a point where they're opening up chapters across the United States of America or can even speak with any fluidity on MC culture generally as it happens. So you talk about these guys not being able to have the experience of only their own chapters or whatever. Well, these police experts are flying around the country and going place to place, but they weren't prosecuting, or they didn't enter into chapters in all those different places, so they know about as much about a local area as the guys you just talked about. Uh, but um, it's a good conversation. It shows that they don't have a good case because they are building evidence versus having evidence. James, this is normal. This is why you need to stay out of this. The bigger picture here, and Motogato and I can go back and forth all day. The bigger picture here is why you need to stay out of this, because you got to remember prosecutors are like 99% effective. Like they got a 99% win rate on any case that they take to trial. Uh, and so why do they have a win rate? Because the judge absolutely believes, as Motogato is speaking up here, the judge actually believes this kind of stuff. And if you can say and prove to the judge that you have, here it is, knowledge, skill, experience, training, or education, the judge is going to let you speak. And it's going to be up to the defense to bring an expert witness in that's strong enough to counter some of the stuff that they're talking about. So it doesn't show that they don't have a good case. It shows you how cases are built. This is how cases are built against your dumb ass for fighting at a gas station, knowing that you shouldn't be doing that in public with all these cameras and stuff around, because once the wheels start turning, they're going to turn on you. As Motogato says here, at the end of the day, is it worth the cost to go to court and find out? which Motogato comes around to making my argument with me, which it could have been avoided to begin with. Motogato, you just 210% right here. At the end of the day, no matter how Motogato and I go back and forth, you don't want to be in court and find out, especially when they have like a 99% win rate. Like, what is the win percentage for prosecutors and district attorneys across the United States? Let me see if it can give me an answer on that. Look at that. Prosecutors and district attorneys in the United States have an extremely high conviction rate, generally exceeding 90 to 95% for cases that reach final resolution. This high rate is driven primarily by the prevalence of plea bargains, with roughly 94 to 97% of criminal cases ending in plea deals rather than a trial. But these guys have a 90 to 95% win rate. A little bit down from the 99% I predicted, but that's pretty high. That's pretty damn high. You don't want to face that. Now, the federal court's conviction rates for federal prosecutors are consistently above 90%, with some data indicating roughly 97% for the feds. And they say 97% of federal defendants plead guilty. When cases do go to trial, federal prosecutors still win over excuse me, still win over 90% of the time. State courts with prosecutor conviction rates are lower than federal. They generally are in the low 80s to 90%. But that's still the winning, man. It's just imagine if somebody was hitting 90% of the baskets that they were shooting on a court. You know, I don't want to go against that. Moselplex says court has nothing to do with the truth, and it's all about facts, and what you can prove becomes facts. I know you get a rep and stuff to hold up. All love, CYA crew. Keep the inspirational up, Tia. You're so special. You make my day better. Much love, crew. Oh, Tia, you be making people's day
Thank
and stuff.
you. That's really sweet.
I struggle with the booze. It just helps the day hearing your queen talk, Black Dragon. Yeah, it helps me too. Most of the time, but sometimes she can get on a brother. I'd be like, whoo, help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus. That,
I make you a better man.
that goes to show you that you can be appreciated more all over the place instead of at home. You know what I mean, Tia?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so true.
yeah. People don't do you right. What's up, Lavish T. Williams? Lavish T. Williams? Lavish T. Williams! Ahoy! Ahoy!
Oh man.
Oh my goodness, man.
Lavish be on the
At
go.
least he's here with us. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe it's slang talk. Happy for you, Black Dragon. Listen, man. I am so happy to have this woman in my life. So I looked up and I got her. But I got her. I got her. I knew I was going to get her. The second I saw her at the gas station when I walked up to her, I pretty much was like, "Hey, you stop playing. You know, you know, you know. Don't you? Don't you know? So come on and get on this motorcycle. We're getting ready to go, huh, baby?
How long? How long did it take to go on a first date?
Oh, about 27 seconds or so.
In
We
real time.
we got on that motorcycle and went straight to the movies.
I'm getting ready to check out of here because I don't want to be
Wait,
attached to
wait, wait, wait,
lies.
wait, wait. All right. It was a year, okay, but a year
Oh
is not
yeah.
too long. I knew I was on that business. I don't know why I can't be celebrated. I was on that business when I saw you. How did we meet? I saw her walk into a gas station, and I was on it. I was on it.
he came up
Listen,
behind me.
I had my Tarzan on. When I saw her, I was like, I was on it, man. When I saw her, I was like, I was, I was, and I came running over to her like, hey, and she had all she was smiles when I met her. She was so shy and smiling and looking all at the ground and everything, and I was trying to figure out how was I going to be a predator here. How was I going to get that? How? What was gonna? I was like, Mom, my spidey senses was tingling. I was like, yeah, I want that red bone. Hmm. Tell him, Tia.
I'm not engaging.
Uh, Tasha said sonar was locked in. You damn right. Ping, listen, train. Ping, listen, train. So that's how we met. We met at I forget what was that? Was that a Texaco?
It was a shell.
A Shell. Yeah, I still know where it was up there in Johns Creek, Georgia. Yes,
Mhm.
ma'am. And then I don't think she gave me I don't think she gave me her number. She told me where she worked. Is that what happened? Is that what it
No, I
was?
took your number down and
Oh,
I followed you for like a month before I ever reached back out to you. You didn't have my number, so there was no way you could reach out to
yeah,
me.
I don't remember that you gave me your number initially.
No, I don't give out my number.
Okay, well, excuse me. I got it now. I got the number now. I bet
Yeah,
you I
'cause
got
I
it
wanted you
now.
to have it, but I don't give my number out. So
Okay. Well, some kind of way. I tell you what, we
I
we
did a
got
little investigating and I
we
was
got
like,
there. I
well,
think
he
I
has
found you some
potential.
kind of way. I found out where you were working some kind of way.
No, I invited you to my job a long time after. I think you found me on Facebook, which was creepy.
I stalked that ass. I
You
sure
found
did
me
stalk
on
that ass.
Facebook, which was creepy, and
I
I said,
stalked.
"Oh
That's
my
right.
God!" All I did was this
That's
man my
right. Hey,
leg.
you stalk what you want to have. You stalk it. You find it. It's prey and it's prey out here, and it's predators and prey. That's what it is. It's, you gotta.
Well, I'm very grateful that God allowed us to cross paths. You changed my life for the better.
Oh,
So I
oh.
hope I did the same thing for you. I was lost. I was lost. I was healing. I was healing, and sometimes when you try to heal, you try to isolate yourself from the world, and I don't think that's what the creator wants for us. I think he wants to us to enjoy each other and help each other heal. But you got to heal so that you don't continue to hurt other people. You
Oh,
don't
listen.
want to be the cause.
When I met this woman, she was at the end of a relationship, and that's one of the reasons it took a year for us to even talk. And
Yeah.
you baby girl, you were not doing well. It was it was tough, and I was at the end of a relationship too.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of healed each other, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Black Dragon, is Tia going to ride on the back of your bike, or are you going to get her own? So she has ridden on the back of my bike forever, all the way down to when there's a, when Tia and I first came together, I had a dog named Hope Magda Charity Wargal, mighty dog of dogs, the benevolent, great, magnificent conqueror, lion-hearted, bunch the first, conquering dog of the tribe of Judah, elect of God. That was her whole name. And she was a just a beautiful dog. She was the most awesome dog in the whole wide world.
Very
And
sweet.
she would ride on the back of my motorcycle. And Tia um, met Hope. Here's the amazing Hope, the dog right here. She was so cool, man. Uh, Hope the dog went with me everywhere. She has now passed on to glory, but she was the coolest dog in the entire world, man. We went everywhere together. And I took her everywhere, right here, even where no dogs were allowed, we were there together in the no dogs were allowed place. Like Hope went with me everywhere, man. And
Yeah, she was a celebrity. Everybody knew her.
everybody on the biker world, everybody knew us. We just hung out together. This was the most amazing dog. And so Tia actually got to meet Hope Magda Charity Wargall, mighty dog of dogs, benevolent, great, magnificent, conqueror, the lion-hearted, bunch the first. And Tia would ride. Oh my goodness! I wonder where that video went. It's not up anymore. Huh? Interesting. Um, and so when I met, and this was her in the late stages of her life, where the cancer had taken her over, and you could see that big hump on her right there. That's what killed her, the cancer. And it was, oh my goodness, it's I can barely stand to watch. And this was her last day on earth. This is when we had to put her down, and my best friend Bob came over, and we had the vet come, and then they put her down, and then they took her away. This was her last second on earth right there. And I miss her. Her ashes are with me to this day. But look, Tia met me when I had this dog, and this dog posed with models and everything. This back when I was a photographer, and it took me a year, but I was reeling from the loss of this dog. I was so hurt. Oh my goodness, I couldn't stand it. And these are the people that used to babysit her for me when I would go off riding across the world. But what I want to say is, when Tia first met me, this dog rode everywhere. This is when I first got her, and
Look like puppy.
yeah, boy, it was a blast. Uh, Life with that dog was amazing, and we it was an incredible animal. And so Tia met me with that dog, and then we uh, and so there was always somebody. So when I lost this dog, that's when Tia actually started riding because the dog was on the back before then, and then we would all ride together. And no, me and Tia would ride together, and then that's when uh, Braveheart the Wanderer came, and so Tia would ride on the back with Braveheart. Boy, this woman's put up with a lot with me. She would she BD, remember, your dog was just a small part of your life. You were here whole life. Be happy you have her and that unconditional love, bro. Yeah, so before I met Tia, it was my dogs. It was always the dogs. And uh then Tia came in, and then in 2017, after I bought the RV, then that's when Braveheart came, and Tia would ride on the back with Braveheart. Braveheart would ride on the very back, on the, what do you call that thing, the luggage rack, and Tia would ride between me and Braveheart. Braveheart had his own bag on the back that he would ride back there with. And so she would always ride with us. But then she stopped riding because she said the dog barked too much. And so she wasn't going to ride with the dog anymore. So to answer your question, now Tia wants her own motorcycle. And so is she going to ride with me? Yeah, on certain occasions, and then on other occasions she'll be riding on her own motorcycle. Um, and she wants a three. What do you want? A three wheeler? So yeah, we'll be getting her bike, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Tasha, you suffer a lot from the loss of your gun, or your dog rather. Is that what you're saying? Um, you guys didn't know Hope, uh, but you guys probably most of you guys knew. Uh, Most of you guys knew Braveheart. Uh, Braveheart was oh my goodness. Uh, Braveheart was my soul too. And now I have three more. And you guys just saw me get Princessa. I wasn't trying to have no Princessa. Her owner abandoned her on me. So yeah, Tia is gonna have her own motorcycle soon. Uh, I'm doing that myself, Tia. Someone says I've been trying to heal since 1983. Says Dana. Oh, from heartbreak. This is what these folks are talking about. Yeah, Tia. Oh,
There's no time limit on grieving.
yeah.
If you have a child that you lost and I don't think we ever get over grieving or stop grieving. I think we just learn how to cope and move forward. But everybody watching this has lost something or someone they truly loved. That's something we all share as humans. And so to grieve and to heal from something traumatic in our past, it's hard. It's absolutely hard. So you gotta love yourself and start that process because it adds to your life. You want a good quality life. And being a healed person is very essential to a quality life.
Amen.
And we all been through
What my
grief.
man was saying, James, what I mean about building a case is that they weave layers of evidence to convince a jury it's not what they know, it's what they can prove. Man, but juries and stuff are like politics, and politics are never fair. It's all what you can build. Like there are so many people in prison that just didn't belong there. They didn't do anything wrong, at least what they were charged with. But there are so many people that do belong there, and unfortunately, if it's a system of man-made anything, there's going to be some failure points, and so a lot of people
Yeah.
probably wind up in jail for doing something for something they didn't do. My grandmother used to say, "But if you do wind up in jail, you did something wrong," and people believe that. We might not have got you for what you did, or we might have you for the wrong thing, but you've done something, or you wouldn't be here in the first place. My grandmother believed that. So she's liable to find your ass guilty because you might have been innocent of that murder, but you've probably beaten a bunch of people before and God has caught up with you. That's crazy. But grandma, that's how she believed, my man. So you don't want to get in trial in front of people that believe like that.
Yeah.
So don't get there in the front because they believe, well, you are, after all, you are in an outlaw motorcycle gang, ain't you? Like the police have called you an outlaw motorcycle gang. How much longer do we have to wait for information on the Insane Dragons? You'll have all the information on the Insane Dragons no later than Wednesday of next week.
And there's so many people reaching out trying to figure out what's going on with that. And the rising of the Black Sabbath. I mean, it's so many members. A lot of times these clubs really hurt people. They
Yeah.
really hurt them
And
to the
so what we're
point
going to do
where
with that is we're starting a whole new motorcycle club family. No, it's not a motorcycle club, it's a motorcycle collective. It's an RC, it's a motorcycle collective. It will be an AMA sanctioned motorcycle collective. And it is for people who have been hurt by the motorcycle club life, have been disrespected, have been put out bad without a trial. I've been through all that shit. And it's going to be for people like that, the Insane Dragons. We'll have a patch that we can love and have fun with, but it won't be one of these patches that's going to get you caught up this, that, and the other, because it's not going to have Motorcycle Club on it. It's not going to have territories on it. It's going to be a patch of brotherhood and sisterhood. Anybody can ride, and if you want to at some point step up to a motorcycle club, or never have to, but if you want to step up out of there to a motorcycle club, then you can step to the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Georgia chapters, and that we put together uh, based on the founder of the Black Sabbath Nation has told me to go forward and restart our Georgia chapter base. And so we will have a motorcycle collective, a family, and then you'll also be able to move up to a motorcycle club should you want to, but you don't ever have to. You can ride with the Insane Dragons, and that thing is going to be nothing but fun, loving, riding, camping out, motorcycle races. Uh, um, um, if you're familiar with the gypsy tours, gypsy races, and AMA sponsored events that have been going on since 1924. There's a whole new world out there. A lot of you biker club people have no freaking idea about. You've been so poisoned by this culture. You don't even know what kind of fun there is out there. Papa said, I lost my sanity a while ago. If anyone has seen it, my wife is offering a reward for it. At least you still got her, my man. I remember when you were in a motor camper and you had found a cat. Her name was Cautious, and she was so cool, man. I miss my Cautious so much. I don't know these animals, man. I just fall in love with these animals. And yeah, Cautious the cat was so cool. My
they've
dog,
been
well,
watching you for a long time if they remember Cautious.
yeah, she was. I was the only human being that could touch her. There was another human being, an old man that had made friends with her, and he moved away. But before he moved away, he introduced her to me. And the only reason she would even talk to me, because she was a feral cat, and the only reason she would talk to me is because he would talk to me, and she would come up and rub on his leg, and then he brought her over, and she was like, I'm not talking to this dude. And after a while, she rubbed on my leg, and then he moved, and then he wasn't there no more. And there I was to feed her and take care of her and love on her. And she would actually come in my house. She wouldn't talk to Tia's ass.
Yeah, I don't do good with cats or
She
or
would
women.
she
I
wouldn't talk to
just
your ass at all. She was like, I'm
yeah.
not messing with the one with the blonde hair. I'm not messing with her. And she
Yeah.
would she I'd have to leave the front door open. I'd have to leave the front door open, and she'd come stare inside the house for the longest, and then she would come first just inside the front door, and then finally over to the couch, and then finally she would climb on top of my head, and she would rest here behind my back. But you got to have that door open so she could run out at any time.
Yeah, that's so true. I remember that. That's
And
funny.
then I was like, listen, we're not letting flies in the house, yo. That's it. We gotta. You're either in or you're out. So she would come and spend a night, and she didn't like to spend a night when Tia would spend a night. And then when Tia wasn't here, she would come and sleep in the bed with me and Hope. And now she had a dog and she had a human, and she would scratch all on me. And then sometimes she would take my hand and she would wrap her mouth around it like with her fangs. And I thought she was going to tear me up, but she never did. She always was like, I just want you to know I can bite the shit out your ass at any time. So let's keep it 100. And that's right, Miss Tia. That pain doesn't go away. It just goes to another place.
Yeah.
Boy, when I met my beautiful Tia, she was a very fragile being. Uh, Tasha said I had a 19-year-old German Shepherd mixed race with Castro uh, Laba, Laborario, which I think might be a Labrador for those guys. That's what Hope was. Hope was a pit lab mix. She was a pit lab, and yeah, she. Oh my God, I miss my baby. She knew me. This
She
dog
loved
knew
you. She
me.
really did.
She knew me. Those eyes right there. She knew me. Nobody knew me like that dog. I raised her since she was 2 years old. She knew me. I mean, 2 months, 2 or 3 months old, whatever it was, 6 weeks. Whenever they took her from her mom, that dog knew me. I remember the time she found a snake in my house, and uh, I remember when she found that snake. That was crazy. And this was her first hard-boiled egg. She would take hard-boiled eggs and break them open and eat them.
Wow.
Yeah, she would crack the egg and then
She
eat
got
the
a
egg,
really
and then
pretty
after,
coat.
huh?
She has a really pretty coat. Really
Oh yeah,
shiny.
she had eggs and everything, and she would crack the egg and eat the egg, and then she would um she would eat the shell afterward, but she'd eat the inside of the egg first. She was a hell of a dog, man. Oh, I miss my Hope.
Well,
I
God is
still,
so merciful. Sometimes when you don't have to deal with children, a lot of people who don't have children or, not raising children, they have fine companionship in cats and dogs. That's amazing. God still gives us something to love.
yeah. So I understand, man. Uh, Tasha said his dog's name was Moffley. Moffley was his name. Oh, Bingo. Unfortunately, if you have money, you'll never have to do time. It's social disadvantage for us all. Someone Lavish says that all the time. Have your money together and your lawyer together. You got to make a movie over the MC Protocol books. Maybe. I live in Smithville, Tennessee, near Center Hill Lake, says Dana. Uh, that's what your premium eye dragons people with problems, BD. Uh, Not people necessarily with problems, but people that are tired of bullshit
In
and
politics.
in
Politics.
politics and want a
Yeah.
real old school kind of club life. Oh, Castro, not Labrador, Castro, Laborario, Portuguese race. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to. Uh, Labs are very emotional, in tune to people. Mine is. He's an AB lab. Yes, Mama Iron Ranger. Labs are the greatest dogs, but what's up, Virginia Chaos? But I have to say that the only dog more in tune than a lab is a Belgian Malinois. They take it to the whole next freaking level. Hope was in tune, but Brutus is in tune times 100. But both of those dogs have come to know me well. Now my pits are a little bit less. The two pits I have are a little less. Now they still love you like crazy, but they are not as tuned in to service. The Labrador was tuned in to service. How can I work for you? And
Yeah.
the Belgian Malinois is a work dog, and that's all they want. That's all they can do is work. And if you don't give them a job, they'll find a job. And so the job this dog found was taking care of the security of Tia and I. And you can't even yell at Tia. I can't even raise my voice at her in the house. Like I can't even be mad at her if I even look at her wrong. If I look at her wrong, the Malinois is across the damn room. Uh,
The
is
the pit
across the room.
too. I think that's just law in nature is to protect the female. Females are to be protected by the males.
Yeah, because Braveheart was completely protecting you completely. All right, guys, we are done. The Miss says Dobermans too. I don't have a lot of experience with Dobermans, but I had a friend that's the only kind of dog she had were Dobermans. For since the movie The Dobermans came out, do you guys remember that movie? It's maybe 50 years old now. Uh, that Dobermans movie,
Was it scary?
huh? No,
Was
it
it
wasn't
scary?
scary. It was called the Doberman Gang, uh, where they used six Dobermans to rob a bank. Uh, and then that started this whole Doberman thing. It was a 1972 movie. So, yeah, that is what got the whole world on Dobermans. This movie here, the Doberman Gang. It was a cool, cool movie, man. And they made like five or six movies of Dobermans after that. Then they had Doberman Patrol, which came right after the Doberman Gang, and just just on and on. One Doberman movie after the other, and Dobermans became the number one dog in the world for a while. This was before Rots and Pitties and all that back in 1972. Here they are, the Doberman Gang, the Daring Dobermans, the Amazing Dobermans, Doberman. They only kill their masters and trap. Look at that. 1972 all the way up to 1976, and then 1997 they went back and did a new Doberman. These were all the Doberman movies.
I don't really see Dobermans too much. I see, and I see
They were
them, but not
popular in the
like.
70s. They were big time in the 70s, man. Everybody had a freaking Doberman. Yeah. I remember watching Cujo as a kid, and that movie scared me. Wasn't Cujo a
That's
Rottweiler?
the movie I was thinking of when I said was it scary. I was thinking of that movie.
I think Cujo was a Rottweiler. Oh no, was he a Saint Bernard? Was he? Wow, who could have even thought he was mean? Okay, Cujo was a damn Saint Bernard. Let's see, what was Cujo? Yeah, he was a Saint Bernard. Wow, I always thought he was a. Your mama's house said Cujo was a Saint Bernard. That was a big dog back in the day. Okay, so before there were Dobermans, everybody had a Saint Bernard, and they were like rescue dogs. Yeah, I can remember the dog things. Uh, yeah. Anyway, that's our show, Tia. Let me let you get out of here. We're winging it today, so there you go.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to wing it. Life is full of surprises, and you always got to pop out and show people you still have the ability to stand on stage and perform. You know, we're today is Thursday. We made it almost to Friday. Have a good day and enjoy this day to the fullest. You'll never get this day back again.
And be aware, we will be letting you guys know more about the Insane Dragons.
Join the Insane Dragons. Brotherhood, sisterhood, no politics, no bullshit, just riding, racing, and fun.
Yeah.
Brothers of the Black Sabbath MC Nation, join me. Let's become stronger than we ever were. Yeah, brother. A breed apart.
Oh man, we're gonna have so much fun.
Brothers of the Black Sabbath MC Nation, join me. Let's become stronger than we ever were. Yeah, brother. A breed apart.
Chaplain's Handbook, available on Amazon. There it is. The paperback is available, and the Kindle is available. So here it is, right here. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Kindle, and you will be able to get it at blackdragonsgear.com after today. So, Motorcycle Club Chaplain's Handbook, the Capellani, is the 11th book in the Motorcycle Club Bible series. This manual teaches MC chaplaincy principles as the first professional guide to spiritual leadership inside the Motorcycle Club world, from confidentiality and crisis response to memorial ceremonies, mentorship, Motorcycle Club protocol, and inter-club diplomacy. This field manual gives MC chaplains and officers practical tools to keep both the soul and structure strong within the mighty Motorcycle Club nation. I got to figure out how to properly say this word because I'm not saying it right. I'm not Italian. Capellani. Pronunciation. How about that? Capellani. Aha. Capellani. Capellani. That's how it's pronounced. You would think it would let me hear it. So that's how it's pronounced. Capellani. I kind of had it. Yeah. So there you go. English translation is Capellano. So that's the name of the book, the Motorcycle Club Chaplain's Handbook, the Capellani. I got it, the Capellani. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. And you guys take care. What is this? That's whatever. All right, you guys take care. Have a good one. Let me get my button and get out of here. I think I'm going to go back to bed. It's raining today. Yeah, that's a good idea.